I've always thought that when you have a dog, it's not all about you. You know, it's about the dog.
Well, the other thing
George
is
H.W. Bush was one of those guys you really felt like he was interested in the dog, and that not everything was about him. It came through in his letters, too.
Well, the great thing is, too, and you know, you have a busy and hectic job and a stressful schedule, that the dog doesn't care that you had, you got to speak to the Prime Minister of Canada earlier in the day and had lunch, and then later on you made a big decision about war and peace. Like, the dog just wants to hang out and throw the ball. And here we see the president and Melania Trump heading into the Capitol Rotunda.
We're going to listen for a second. I want to go back to Dana Perina now. We're watching the president and the first lady leave the room. He is there not simply because he's president, but because it was the wishes, some of the final wishes of the 41st president, that he be there, which struck a lot of people as unusual, considering there has been this well-publicized tension between the families. Tell us about that.
Well, I don't think it's that unusual if you knew 41, right? This is the most gracious, decent person. But also because, again, as my husband had said, America does this kind of thing very well, peaceful transfers of power from one president to the next. If you think about the letter that 41 wrote to Bill Clinton that left in his desk in the Oval Office, and Bill Clinton shared that with everyone this weekend, basically he's saying, you're our president. I'm rooting for you, and I'll be here if you need me, but I'm going to step out and let you do your job, because it wasn't for him about the person. It is also about the office of the presidency and how important that is to our country, the global world order, and all the things that we have been able to achieve in our country since our founding fathers gave us this great gift. And this is a real passing from one generation to the next. Really, the greatest generation, they are nearly all gone. And so I think President Trump and Melania Trump going there tonight, they're not only just respecting 41, but they are also respecting and upholding the office of the presidency. And I think we should all keep that in mind over the next few days.
No, I agree with that. And to write a letter like that after the campaign of '92, which never really got the credit it deserved for being really ugly from the Clinton side, I thought, and personal and nasty. I did cover it, and it was savage. And the Bushes, I think, as a family, were really hurt by it. To write a letter like that right after that kind of campaign really says a lot.
43 says he once asked his father, where did you find the strength to be gracious and to be so kind to somebody who had just beaten you like that? And 41 said something very important. He said, I had no choice. Part of that is how he decided to live his life. And one of the things I emailed to you this morning, Tucker, is this idea of personal responsibility, of how you choose to live your life, how you choose to parent. And that unconditional love was so important to his family. But I have to say, with George H.W. Bush, he had unconditional love for this country as well. And I think that now is reflected. Of course, he lost, but it was not easy to win a third term. It's only happened twice since World War II. It's very hard to have won a fourth one for any party. But he leaves and he has a wonderful post-presidency. And thankfully, history gave him enough time to see that his legacy was assured, especially on the foreign policy front.
I think that's right. And it's reflected in the coverage, which with some exceptions has been, I would say, fond.
Oh yeah,
and
I have a couple I could mention, but I'll try to be
yeah,
gracious.
no, but in general, no, I agree. They're always wackos, but in general, I think people have been kind to a kind man.
Well, you even
Dana
have
Prada,
Evan
thank
Thomas.
you very much.
Okay, you're right. All right.
No,
good night.
You're right. Evan Thomas, actually a good guy. Thank you very much. We're going to be right back. We're going to take you out on the pictures of the 41st president lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda.